I need a part 2 to this Russia series. I just did Russia 1, and that was the previous podcast. Russia 2, because I forgot to say something. I've always wondered why Russians are called, Russian leaders are often called Tsar, Tsar, and all that sort of stuff. I've always vaguely known that it's something to do with Caesar. I knew that much, but it turns out that the Russians, and I think this might apply to Putin as well, Putin, Rasputin, no, couldn't be, could it? I've discovered that Russia sees itself as the third Rome. Okay, so you had the Western Roman Empire, the first Rome, fall of the Roman Empire. Then you had the second Roman Empire. Just ignore the Holy Roman Empire, that was just pretender. Then you had the second Roman Empire, which is the Rome in the East, Greek speaking and all that sort of stuff, centered on Constantinople, and then the Russians up north, they took on Eastern Roman Christianity, and they see themselves, as I understand it, as the heirs to the Roman Empire. They're not the Fourth Reich, they're the Third Roman Empire. That's something. So I think Putin, he'd be switched into all of this, quite apart from all the stuff I said in the first episode about, Russians basically feeling insecure all the time because they're exposed out on the steppes, out on the plains, out on the grasslands, and being in a sort of constant state of needing to really have huge buffer zones all around them the size of the USSR or something like that. Besides that, there's also this spiritual sort of layer to Russians, as I understand it, in which, after the Ottomans and all that sort of stuff wiped out the Eastern Roman Empire, there was no Roman Empire anymore, sort of, officially, the 1400s. And I think the Russians, in their own minds, put their hands up and said, that's us. We are the next Roman Empire. And to a certain extent, Rome hasn't died yet. So you had the first Roman Empire, around Rome and in a lot of other cities. And then you had the second Roman Empire, Constantinople. And now you've got the third Roman Empire. There's been no break. Rome hasn't fallen in the Russian mind. I think Putin thinks that. I bet he does. And that's why he might be called Khazar one day. Some people are already calling him Khazar. Hail, Khazar, hail Khazar, hail Caesar. And that's Putin. Now, if it comes to pass that Russia does manage to be the third Rome, because you're going to rewrite history once you become powerful and all that sort of stuff, will it be true that Rome ever fell? No, it just moved from Rome to Constantinople and then up to Moscow.